All right, you guys, welcome to tonight's team call. Thank you, everybody who took the opportunity to get on. I hope that I'm going to keep these calls consistent to be every Thursday at 8 p.m. so that you know when they are. Every week you can plan your, hopefully you can plan some of your events around that so that you can make it a priority to get on these calls, because I really want to use the first portion of the calls to go over some training materials, things that are going to make your business better. And then the second part of the call, maybe the last 10 minutes, maybe the last 5 minutes, depending on the night, is really just an opportunity for us to connect as a team. Because I think that the number one thing that is important about being a part of this business and being a part of this team is how amazing it is to not only meet people, but connect with old friends, connect with people who live close to you, who live far away from you, and support each other in not only our health and fitness journeys, but our business journeys. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not hard, it's not frustrating, because it is. It's all of those things. And a lot of people give up when they don't have the support and the community of people around them, like our team, to help them get through those hard times. So the best way to do that, since we don't get to talk and see each other every day, is once a week to just get on here and connect with each other. So I'm a talker. We all know that. I can go on rampages. I'm going to stick to my notes. I promise you that is like my New Year's resolution, is to actually stick to these calls being a short time, because I know that not only is it important to build your business, but to also spend time with your family members and your spouses, who I'm sure you don't get to see during the day all day. So with that being said, tonight's team call, we're going to go over some of the very basics. And for some of you guys, this is going to be very, very repetitive, or maybe you've heard this before, but it's probably going to be a good refresher for you too. So let me just, sorry, 1 second. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure everybody was muted. Okay, so we're going to go over some things that might be repetitive, some things that might be a refresher, but some things are going to probably be brand new to you, whether you've been a part of this business for a day or for 5 years. So we're going to go over a few things of like calls you shouldn't miss, how to navigate your back office. I'm going to actually do a screen share with you guys and quickly go over the really important parts of your back office and how to actually like read it and understand it. We're going to talk quick about personal development, workouts, and Shakeology. And then while I'm going over your back office, I'm going to touch on some lingo that you should know. So really quick with point number 1. So calls you shouldn't miss. Like I was just talking to you about, and about the benefits of hopping on these team calls. These team calls, like I said, are going to be every Thursday at 8 p.m. And like I was telling you guys, these are just important calls to connect with each other. Not only are you learning about some training, but you're going to connect with each other on a level that you don't get to when we're just posting via the Infinite Dynasty Facebook page. Another call that you guys should really be dialing into each week is the National Wake Up Call. And if you've never heard of the National Wake Up Call, or you heard of it and you forgot about it, I want you to write that down right now. So this is like $1 million trainings that you get every week for the price of nothing. And you don't even have to do anything but open up your phone and log on to like your podcast app, and you have this at the tip of your hands. So this is a training that's put on by Beachbody every Monday. And the first part of their call is they actually go over like what's happening with the company, what's coming up in the month or the week. And then the second half is they bring a top coach from this business, people from all different levels, people who have, been through the worst of worst and have made it to the top, like everybody and anybody in between, every Monday. And they bring these people on to give trainings on what works for them and how they shared their story. And I know that from every single phone call, I get one thing out of it, no matter what. And that one thing helps me with my business, or it helps me with my personal growth, just as a human, as a person trying to be better in life, or helps me with my health and fitness journey. So those calls are actually Monday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will show you guys in your back office where you can find the telephone number for that. But what you also can do is you can go on your handy dandy phone, you can open up your podcast app, and there's actually the Team Beachbody app. I think it's actually just straight up called Team Beachbody. Sorry, I was just making sure we're all muted here. And you can go, so it's called Team Beachbody Coach Podcast. And what you do is you just click on that and it will show you, this comes up, and this is, can we see this? That's the little logo right there. And if you guys need to see what the podcast app looks like, I think we all know what that is, but it's that one right there, that purple one that says I have 244 missed podcasts to listen to. But that's from a bunch of different ones. That's not just the National Wake Up Call. So download that, and you guys, they post the National Wake Up Calls like almost immediately after they play them. So if you can't get on live, which 90% of us can't, we work, we have full-time jobs. We can't just be plugging into the telephone. Bosses probably wouldn't like that. Listen to the podcast, but try and listen to it as soon as possible so that the week doesn't get away from you and you forget about it. Really quick, while I'm on here, there's one more. And it's actually a Shakeology podcast, and it's by Darren O'Lean and Isabel Deichler, who are the co-creators of Shakeology. And each week they get on, they make a podcast about something about that has to do with Shakeology. And like, there's a really good one, and it's about like the myths and facts of Shakeology. So this just gives you an added knowledge base for your customers when they're questioning, why do I have to pay $139 for Shakeology every month? This will kind of give you those tools and resources. So I like to pop those in when I'm driving home and just, have nothing else to listen to, or if instead of watching TV at night, sometimes I pop those in while I do something else on the computer, like, scroll Facebook, because we all do it, but we'll just make it effective, right? So those are the two calls that I wanted to tell you guys about. Next, I'm going to do a screen share. So bear with me for 1 second while this flips. And what I'm actually going to do, and I'll talk you through this, why I share my screen with you guys, but I've actually logged into Steve's Beachbody account. And I think you guys are still here. Can you guys see this? Can someone just shake their head yes or no? Yes, they can. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to try and just use my pointer and talk to you guys through this. So this is Steve's account. So this is my husband's account. He's been a coach for, I think, like 3.5 years. He does not work the business. That is his personal choice. He doesn't feel comfortable with it. It's not his thing. But he drinks Shakeology. So he has been drinking that every day for 3.5 years. Naturally, he has gotten some customers from it just from bringing that into work over his jobs over the past few years. But I run his business for the most part. So I wanted to use his account just because my account has a lot more of your guys' personal information on it, where because I run his account and I don't use it a lot, it's not going to have a bunch of your guys' personal information, like how many times you've reached Success Club and whatnot. And I don't want to embarrass anybody. So we're just going to go through this real quick. So this is your home page, and this is a page that you should be logging into every single day, you guys. And not because you have customers that are ordering from you every day, or because you need to just look in it, but because this is like so much information, it's going to blow your mind. Starting with right here where it says Coach Breaking News. So if everybody can see that, let's see, right here it says Coach Breaking News. And here is a list. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, here we go. 1 second. As you can see, I was on Facebook before this. All right, great. This is wonderful. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. Coach Breaking News right here. So you're going to find out everything that's going on with Beachbody in this area. And this is why you should be logging in. You'll see right here, this Saturday is Super Saturday in your local area. This is a great place to find out that 4 times a year in your local community, you'll have either a free or a very low price Super Saturday where you can go and you meet with other coaches in your area from other teams, and you watch a video that corporate puts out together that's usually like an hour-long video. This is a great resource. This is a great resource to know that next Monday, Melanie Mitro is going to be on the National Wake Up Call, and she's been the top coach for 3 years in a row. She probably knows what she's doing and has something good to say. You might want to hop on that one. So this is where you guys are going to find that stuff. It's a great, great place to look for anything that's coming up that has to do with your business and you haven't found an answer to it, like in the Infinite Dynasty. All right. Oh, geez Louise. Okay. The second part that I want you guys to look at is just your basic welcome screen. So you can see over here that it's going to say, welcome Steven Esposito and his coach ID. So this is really important. You need to memorize that, put that in your phone. Oh, I'm frozen. Am I still there? Okay, sorry, I think I froze for a second, you guys. Okay, you need to put your coach ID right here, either in your phone or write it down or memorize it, whatever it is, because a lot of times coaches will, or customers are going to go to your website, and then somehow they get distracted from your website and they end up on beachbody.com and they're checking out and they're like, oh my gosh, Erica, I just went to check out and it says that I don't have a coach that referred me and it's asking me for your coach ID. So if you want credit for that sale, you need to be able to give that customer your coach ID. 90% of the time, it should be just filtered through your website. Sometimes, hold on one second, just need to mute. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Right underneath that is you're going to see your current rank. So your current rank is what you are based on the very last Thursday of the week. So Thursdays are actually our business days. So that's the day that our paychecks come out, and it's also the day that if you are qualifying for a new rank, that is where you will see what rank you are currently qualified for. Underneath that, it's going to say your qualification status. You don't need to worry about that until you get to the diamond level. Once you reach diamond and you're moving into the 1-star or higher level, you actually have to wait a 6-week waiting period before you become your next rank. So for example, when I became a 1-star diamond coach, I had to wait for 6 weeks, and my coach that was a diamond coach had to stay a diamond for 6 consecutive weeks before I got that new qualification or that new rank. So that's what that means down there. Lastly, you're going to see some really good information right here about your sponsored coaches. And this is some good information to figure out who your upline coach is. If you signed up with someone and they quit, you have a new upline sponsor coach. It's also a good place to put or to see who your upline diamond coach is. This is the area where if you have questions and your personally sponsored coach is not answering them, they're not getting back to you, they don't work the business anymore, these are the next steps of people that you need to reach out to. Scrolling down, you're going to see a little area that says My Downline. So this actually right here is the total amount of coaches that are in your downline that you are receiving volume points off of. So for example, Steve is in my right leg and it says that he has 62 coaches in his downline. That does not mean that he has signed up 62 coaches, because he hasn't. I think I've only put 1 or 2 coaches underneath him. That means that out of all of our whole team, on his right leg going all the way down, he has 62 people that are producing volume for him that he does not necessarily sponsor. This is a great indication of how big the Infinite Dynasty is growing, how big your downline is growing, how many coaches your coaches are adding. But really, other than that, it doesn't do much. You don't really need to pay attention to that much. However, the next little area right here where it says My Volume, that is what you need to understand. And that is where if you want to say, like, how do I make money in this? Or how does volume points get converted into dollars? This is what you need to understand. So each product that we have with Beachbody is a certain amount of volume points. So let's just take Shakeology, for example. When a customer orders Shakeology, that is 90 volume points, right? When a customer orders Shakeology, that volume, the volume that you are receiving is going to be put right here where it says projected personal volume. That's what PV stands for. So that's how much volume people are ordering from you. So if I had 2 people order from me in a week, this all clears on Thursdays, by the way. So at the end of the week, you'll see these numbers really high on Wednesday nights. On Thursdays, these numbers will be really low because your cycle has started over. But your projected personal volume is how many volume points you have for that upcoming week. Steve specifically has 90, which means somebody ordered Shakeology from him, and that is going to then convert into commission or a team cycle bonus. Right here where it says team volume, so that actually is how much of his total points has everybody on his right leg and everybody on his left leg produced for that week. Right now, the only people producing on Steve's legs are his right leg volume, not his left leg. So that means that if he has some coaches signing up in the next 3 or 4 days, he wants to put them on his left leg because they're going to start producing volume. And you need an even amount of points, which is a totally different phone call, but you need an even amount of points on each side in order to cycle and for this to turn into money. When you guys are starting to grow your teams, when I talk about volume and is your right leg bigger or your left leg volume bigger, this is where you need to look to give that information to your upline coach so that they can accurately tell you where to place coaches so that you benefit the most financially. And that's a really big piece, but that's for a different phone call or for a different team call. We're going to scroll down here and you have your alerts. So this is when a new customer has signed up or a new coach has signed up or somebody in your team, somebody on your team that you sponsor has changed ranks. You're going to see that right here. So this is a really good place to look when a new customer has signed up with you for that week and you're like, I don't know if their challenge pack went through or not. You want to look right here and it's going to tell you everybody who is new for that past week or the current week that you are in. All right, we're going to scroll back up here to the top. So this is another place to calculate your current personal volume. Again, this is just the volume that you personally are bringing in. So if you had 4 people order $100 worth of product from you, on your personal volume sheet right here, you're going to see your amount of sales is $400. Now remember, that doesn't mean that that's how much you're making. You're making 25% of that, but this is going to show you what your sales basically are for the week, for lack of a better term. This is another way to look at your team volume. So you can kind of see, like 2 weeks ago, Steve had a really high team volume, or his right leg was really strong, but you can barely see it. That purple, that left team volume was really low. And this is, again, just a different way of looking at it. It shows you 5 weeks out or 6 weeks out opposed to the volume over here, which is just the current week. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, and then there's Success Club. So Success Club, you guys are going to hear a lot, and there's 2 requirements that you need in order to reach Success Club each month. So this is based on a month-to-month system. The first thing that you need to do to qualify for Success Club is you need to have 90 personal volume points. If you are on Shakeology Home Direct, you reach that every single month, no questions asked. If not, if you are not on Shakeology Home Direct, you need to buy something each month that equals 90 personal volume points if you want to qualify for Success Club. The second part of Success Club is you need to reach Success Club 5 or 10, and each product that we have is worth a certain amount of volume points. So our challenge packs are worth 2 Success Club points, and right now our Beachbody On Demand All Access Pass with your Shakeology is worth 3 Success Club points. So in the month of January, you could qualify for Success Club by having one person order the Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack and one person ordering just another challenge pack. So it will take you helping 2 people in the month of January to reach Success Club, or 3 people if nobody orders the All Access Pass. This is really important, and we measure a lot of our goals by Success Club because those points turn into people. So if you're reaching Success Club each month, that means you're doing what you came here to do and you are helping people. A big goal that you should have is to reach that every month. Yes, there are rewards. So if you reach that 12 months in a row, 24 months in a row, you get recognized by corporate for that, and it's really cool. You get to walk up on stage during summit. There's just some really cool things that you get to do for that. But beyond that, you signed up to help people, to help yourself and to help other people around you live a healthy and fit life. And those Success Club points measure that. And it's good to have measurable goals. And then the last section that you're going to see up here is the leadership ladder. And the leadership ladder is something new that Beachbody just came out with in the last year. And basically they say at different levels that they have put out there are different benchmarks, are different things that you should be doing. And when you reach those things on each benchmark, that means that you should be considered a business starter or a leader, or there's a bunch of different levels of them. But we're going to save all those details for a different call. I just wanted you guys to be able to look and see and know that this is where the leadership ladder is measured, and you get to measure the current month and the month past so that you always are looking at where you can improve, which is pretty cool. All right, so last thing I want to just look at real quick is a few things up here that will help you in your business. So first and foremost, this EFT management is where you can look at your or your direct deposit for your checks. You can add a new or updated bank account. And then the My Forms and Documents is where you can go for anything that you need. Like if you need to change your last name because you got married, or any of those kind of like accounting, business, housekeeping things, that is a good place that you can go. As well as if you are a coach and want to change your Shakeology flavor, that is where you go, is that My Forms and Documents page. All right. I'm going to go up here. So this My Commission tab, this is where you can actually look at your weekly commission. And then that means that it hasn't been converted into a paycheck yet. It will next week, which is where you'll find it under My Earnings. So if you guys are trying to figure out how much did I make from somebody buying this challenge pack from me, you can click on this My Commission or this My Earnings page. A few other really important things that I look at when I log in here daily is the My Customers. So I will look and see like who is still on Shakeology. You know, if I saw that there was a little bit of activity, but I didn't think anybody ordered from me, this is a great place that you can see everybody who's ordered from you and if they're monthly Shakeology, still shipping, etc. And then there is the My Volume, which is basically all that volume that I showed you for the month and the week on your homepage. This is all in here that you can calculate as well. And we'll get more into volume and how that all works with Team Cycle Bonus once we get further into the year. The last place that you want to look and be familiar with is the My Downline. So when you guys are getting ready to place coaches, you are going to want to go to the My Preferred Placement and the My Downline tab to really start to understand how to place coaches, where the best place is to put them, and who's underneath you and how this all works. So don't forget that we are a team, and just because I only have 2 personally sponsored coaches, that doesn't mean that there's not 60 other people in my downline, which as you can see with Steve's back office, that's what he has. So it's all about placement when it comes to coaches, and these 2 tabs are really going to help you be successful in placing your new coaches to not only make them successful, but you yourself as well. All right, you guys. The last one I wanted to show you was this news and training site. So right here, if you go to training, you can actually click on this and so much training comes up that you can do beyond what I give you guys in the Infinite Dynasty or what your personally sponsored coach is getting you. So if you're getting started right now as a new coach or as a coach who wants to start the year fresh, this training right here is a good one for you. And all you have to do is log in here, click on Learn More, and go through the modules that they lay out for you. When you're a coach, you can go through this module and you can get your training from coach. Once you are ready to move on to that Emerald level and you want to become an Emerald coach, they have trainings for you. So each week, if you are wanting to grow your business but you don't know how and you're feeling stuck, this is a great place to come and constantly be reviewing these modules and going over the trainings. There's also a training library that you can click on that was, on the left-hand side. And this is going to teach you so much, you guys. So like if you want to know how to invite to challenge groups, if you want to know the value of challenge packs, if you want to go through a Coach Basics program, or if you want to understand the compensation model, look at all these trainings that Beachbody gives you for free at the tip of your fingers in your back office. Like this is crazy cool that you guys get all this. If you are thinking about starting a fit club, it tells you how to do that. If you are a person who gets a lot of messages and you go back and forth and then you never hear from someone and you need to understand how to better follow up with people, they have a training on that. So I suggest that you guys go through this, ask yourself, like, what do I need the most training on? And then pick something from this, pick what matches that goal, matches what you need the training on, and go through this. Like I could literally scroll forever for this, which is really cool. All right. One more thing I wanted to show you guys. In your sales and marketing, I use this tab a ton. So a lot of people are new to understanding what programs we have out there and what we can offer to people. So this is a really quick go-to place that I go to when somebody says like, I really want to do core to force, but I don't know anything about it. Can you tell me more about it? And I would go in here and I would click view all toolkits under your product toolkit. And every single program that Beachbody has, they have listed here. And it has an entire sales and marketing kit that is attached with it. So say, for example, I know nothing about size, so I click on size, and it's going to come up with a whole kit based on size. So it's going to tell us talking points of what we can learn, what we should be talking about when we're talking to a prospect about size. It's going to give us a challenge group guide. So if you're running a challenge group and you only have people in it that are doing size, they give you all the templates, all the posts that you can use for your group right in this toolkit. They also do cool things like give you social media videos. They give you e-cards, which I don't use as much. And then they give you some other tools that people can use once they purchase, like the food tracker. I use this a lot because I like to view the product training guide, and it pops up with another window. And it gives you like the 411 about that program. So it's going to tell me what size is, who the trainer is, when is it effective, why is it effective, like who is it good for. When you are talking to people, what should you be talking about? What nutrition does it go with? Is it just with the portion fix? Is it not with the portion fix? Everything goes with Shakeology, but sometimes the vitamins are involved. And then it gives you like a quick rundown of who to target, why they would like this program, and then continues on to give you all of your prices so that you can see right here. If somebody orders the base kit, so just the DVDs, I'm going to get 45 personal volume points for that. And you can kind of figure out in your head what's the best bang for their buck as well, because you're going to see the retail price and the challenge group price, or the challenge pack price as well. So that is pretty much your back office in a nutshell. That is like the most important things. Like if I were to say really quickly, like what do you need to know about your back office and what should you be checking out on a daily basis? Those are those things. That is what I would recommend to you guys. So hang on with me for 1 second while I stop this screen share. Okay, perfect. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the back office at all? And if you do, either unmute yourself or type them in the little question thing. There's a little chat box you can use if you don't want to unmute yourself. Okay, perfect. That is your back office. That is like your Bible of Beachbody. That is like, sometimes I look at that and I'm like, and this is freezing on me again. I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes I look at that and I'm like, how does this company just give me, this whole, like literally like this whole business module, and I pay $14.99 a month for this. Like, so when you guys think about like your membership fee that you have to pay, your website fees that you get charged for every month, like you get that whole thing, like all that training, all those materials, all those tracking things for your financial part of it for $14.99 a month, which is really awesome. I don't have anything more tonight that I can share with you guys, or that I want to share with you guys on that. So I just want to take a second to, again, say thank you for getting on this call. I hope it was really helpful. And if you guys have anything you want to kind of share, pop in about, now would be the time. Does anybody have any questions about the on-demand all access pass or anything that's going on this month? There's a Super Saturday coming up this Saturday. Anybody have anything?
I have a question about the all access pass, and I could probably figure it out on my own, but since you asked.
Yeah, what's up?
So if I am doing, like I do like the Beachbody on demand, like the quarterly, whatever payments for that, that's in addition to that still, or is that instead of?
That's instead of.
Okay.
Yes. So I posted in my personally sponsored page tonight a link so that you can go and fill out the form. I actually just did it. So because I was paying quarterly $40 for my club membership, what it did was it didn't charge me the $99. It charged me $60, and that's going to last me the whole year. So it like backtracked the quarter that we already paid for the club membership. It's subtracted.
Okay.
And then,
that's awesome.
And then you only have to pay $60 for the rest of the year. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Yep. That's a good question. Anybody else have any other questions?
All right, I have another one.
Okay. No, that's good.
Then this is probably thinking way too far in advance, but since I did buy my ticket to Summit, like when do we like start talking about that? And like,
Soon. So if anybody else wants to go to Summit, Summit is in New Orleans this year. Nikki and I are going. A few other people are going. It is well worth the investment. It is all a write-off, 100%. And what we do is we'll buy like an Airbnb, or we'll all split like a hotel suite to cut down the cost. We'll go grocery shopping. We try to make it like the cheapest trip ever. But it's a really great opportunity to bond together as a team and be a part of like the big Beachbody world, which is really mind-blowing. Like you'll like walk around and awe for like 4 days. I think it is 3 days. But Nikki, we will start talking about that rather soon. I was thinking probably February time is when we would lock down either an Airbnb or a hotel based on how many people we have and how many people we can split it. I know it's just you and I right now from our team, but if more people decide to go, we'll room with them. If not, my upline coach has a big group going, so we'll bunk in with their house so that we pay like $30 or $40 a night rather than $100.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of do that. And then we'll talk about plane tickets and stuff too.
Okay.
But yes,
Cool.
yes, you're going. Yeah.
I just didn't want to be like, oh yeah, like, I don't know, a month before and be like, I don't have anywhere to sleep. So
yeah. No, we will do that, and we'll all do it together so that we're all in the same vicinity and enjoying New Orleans together. With that being said, if that is too close, that's in July. There is another conference that I always go to that I am going to this year. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's called the Platinum Edge, and it's hosted by Christine Dwyer, who is the I guess you would say like a founding coach of the business. And she only invites her downline, and we happen to be a part of her downline, you know, us and the other 30,000 coaches, but she's hosting that in Dallas, Texas in November. So if anybody's interested in going to that, I am going to that one as well. And that is basically just like Summit, just on a little bit of a smaller scale, but not much smaller. It's just a good opportunity if people can't go in July to kind of plan that out for November. And conferences are good. They inspire you. They motivate you. They also give you training, and they're also a really fun time in the meantime because you get to be surrounded by like 100,000 people that are like really crazy motivated and have like-minded like abilities as you. So it's cool. I know Amber went last year. Maybe she can speak to it on another team call as well. Nikki, any more questions?
that's it.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you again for getting on. I told you, I promised you I would make them short and sweet. So here I am letting you go, only 5 minutes late. Have a good night, you guys, and have a good week, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.